Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This can't be happening. This seriously can't be happening to me right now. This is not happening. No, 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 no.
Alrighty then.
To start this video off, we're going to do the cut first, and in order to do that, we want to make sure there's nothing on the face. So I'm going to take some 99% alcohol, I'm going to put it on a paper towel, and I'm just going to spray and make sure my face is 100% clean and there's nothing on it. It might dry out your face a little bit, but this is what's going to make everything stay. Ow. Ooh, that smells strong. So now we're going to take a peach pencil, and we're just going to draw your template where you're going to put your cut. Whether you're making a small one, a large one, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you take your pencil and give yourself like an outline. So you can kind of see where my outline is. Now I'm going to take my wax. So I'm going to be using the Jordane Faux Flush Modeling Wax. You can use whatever you find. If you go to Walmart, you buy a kit, they have wax in it. They have whatever they have. You can still follow this tutorial and be able to use whatever products you have. You don't need these exact products to do any of this. So I'm just going to dip in my wax with a spatula. I'm going to start with that. So I'm going to just warm it up on my hands and turn it into like a long, like worm looking thing. I apologize for the construction happening in the background. It was not planned. It just ended up happening. So we have our little like worm looking thing here, and we're just going to apply it to the area that your template is on. So I'm just going to coat my fingers in a little bit of, you can use Vaseline, you can use gel. I'm just using like a special effects gel, and I just want to make sure my hands are like coated in it so that it's not going to stick to the wax. And we're just going to pinch the ends. Oh my god, that sounds so creepy in the background. Hope everyone loves the creepy sounds. So make sure you're generous with the gel because you want to make sure it's not going to stick to your fingers. Because if it starts sticking to your fingers, we're not going to tell you what happens then, because then it's just going to become a huge mess, which has happened to me on several occasions. So we're just going to keep following our template, squeeze the sides. Sorry for my ugly faces. So you're just going to make sure you keep that gel going at all times. You want to make sure your fingers are good to play with this wax without having any issues. Plus it also helps smooth out the ends of the wax a little bit too. So you want to make sure you have no like weird looking ends like this. So you're just going to keep playing with it till it looks nice and smooth. You don't want to overplay with it because then it's going to start to lift off your face, and that's not a fun time. I don't know if anybody's actually going anywhere this year. I doubt it, you know, with like the restrictions and all. But if you are, you should try this, or you can follow this tutorial and just have a fun picture. Now we're going to coat it in the gel, because when we cut through it, we want to make sure it's not going to, you know, come off. So we're going to coat it in the gel. When you put your spatula through it to make the actual cut, you're not going to have any like issues later. Oh, my hair's in it. I'm going to lose hair today for sure. That's why I put my hair up. Now we're going to dip the actual spatula in the gel as well, because we want to make sure we're not going to have any problems cutting it open. You just want to open it up a bit too. It's more skin-like that way. And you're going to dip back in the gel. You're just going to keep going back and forth because we do not want any issues. Hopefully that doesn't happen. So open her up. More gel, you know? Ew, that actually looks kind of disgusting if you look at it. Looks like flappy skin. Ew, that's not cute. Okay, so I'm just going to wipe off any wax that may have come off. Okay, my hands are like slippery. That's gross. And we're just going to put more gel on the edge. We want to make sure, like I said, we have no problems getting through it. And widen the skin again. Guys, I'm sorry for these ugly faces I'm making in this video. It's not controllable, unfortunately. To make it less sticky on the face, I'm going to take clear eyelash glue. I'm going to coat it with this so that it kind of stays. So I'm just going to stick this to the outsides. You don't have to use eyelash glue by all means. Don't have to use and do what I'm doing. I just want the extra security. So I am going to stick this just on the outer corner or outer edges to smooth it out and on the actual wax. I need lots of oil to get this off, ladies and gentlemen. Just remember, guys, cuts aren't perfect. So just work with the wax however it wants to work with you. Just work with it. It'll work eventually. So now, because this is on your face, you just have to be careful because the more the places that you have the most movement are the hardest to keep the wax on. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to take a thin brush, like a little paintbrush, and I'm just going to dip it in like a dark purpley red, like something like this. You're just going to dip in there and you're going to follow the line of the cut. You're going to shove right in the hole and you just want to make it look deep. So just keep going through the line here. So we're going to leave this the way it is just for now. Make sure it's stuck. Like you want to make sure you have no lifting, no detach. If you have to put more glue, put more like lash glue. You just want to make sure it's going to stay because we're about to put some foundation on. Give it a second to just chill a little bit. And then if you have to go back and put some more lash glue or anything, you can do that. So I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Reboot Foundation in the shade Y225. I'm just going to put a bit of that on my hand. We're going to take like a fluffier foundation brush and we're just going to apply to the skin. You want to get the wax a little bit, but you don't have to go nuts with it, only because you're going to be putting extra like blood and like all kinds of like stuff on there to make it more authentic. Oh my god, my nose is itchy. What a bad time. What a bad time for that. We're going to take the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer as our concealer as usual, or sorry, as our primer as usual. I'm going to put on the eye. And we're going to glam this face up. I was going to say a swear word, but I decided to go against it. Just be careful near your like cut, because you don't want that lifting off or moving or anything. It shouldn't, but you never know. Now we're going to go into our Tartlet Toasted palette, and we're going to go with the color Sunrise up here. I'm going to take a fluffy brush. I just have my MAC 224S brush. We're just going to use a little transition. Next, we're going to go into Warmth over here. This is like a warm brown. We're just going to keep going into the crease, and as less is on the brush, we're just going to bring it up more just to make sure it's nice and blended. Next, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Liquid Glitter Eyeshadows. This is just going to make things a little bit easier and quicker. So we're going to just put this all over the eye. Oh my god, I love these. This was so cheap too. It was literally like $5 at Walmart, just so everyone knows. Like, go buy it. Go do it. Do it now. Just because I don't know how it's going to blend out. I've only used this a couple times. Or sorry, not blend out. I don't know how it's going to react, like how fast it's going to dry. So I'm going to go back into the color Simmer over here, which is like a shimmery brown as well. And we're just going to blend that out just to make sure like no harsh lines or anything, you know. So now we're going to go into a darker shade, which is Crackle over here. This like sparkly dark brown. We're just going to add a little bit of depth to it at the lash line here. Just going to add to the outer corners, and once there's less on the brush again, we're just going to add into the crease a little bit. Now we're going to take a very thin smudge brush like this, and we're just going to make a liner with the very dark color, with the dark brown in here called Fireside. You're just going to go at the lash line and make like a smudged out liner. Now we're going to go in with our concealer. I'm going to use the Shape Tape in Light Medium Sand, and we're just going to apply that under the eye here, and it's going to clean up everything as well that might have fallen under, but really that one doesn't have a lot of kickback, so I'm not really worried. And any spots you just want to conceal, you're just going to get rid of that. Anywhere you want to add a little highlight, you could do that too. I'm going to take my Beauty Blender, spray a little bit of the Morphe setting spray on it, and just blend that out. We could still be hot with a huge gash off our face, right? So now we're going to get some lashes. I've been obsessed with these lashes from, I bought them at Winners originally, but my friend works at Winners, so she got me a couple more packs. These are what the lashes look like. This is what the little thing looks like. They're $7.99 for 3 of them, and I'm obsessed with the lashes. They just look so good. The band is really light. Like, they're just so nice. So we're going to apply those real quick. So I'm just going to grab a little bullet brush. I'm going to go back into my Toasted palette. I'm so lost. And we're going to go into the color Warmth right here. We're just going to connect that upper and lower eye. So now we're going to take the same e.l.f. liquid shadow, and we're just going to put a little bit under the eye. We're just going to go from here to here. I'm not going to really contour the face. I'm going to more just give myself a little bit of color. I'm going to be using the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer in Sunlight, which I think is the lightest shade or second lightest shade. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush, and this is such a nice color. It's so like it's neutral. It has like a warm undertone, but it is fairly neutral, which I really like. And it's actually very cheap. Look at the pigment that comes off that. That's so nice. I really like these bronzers. Next, we're gonna continue on the Milani train. And we're going to use the Milani Romantic Rose Powder Blush. If you watched my blush favorites video, you will know I love, love, love this blush. So we're just going to grab a blush brush, which I can't find. Such a pretty color though. Look how nice. I also added a wing. I don't know if I said that before, guys, but I was feeling it, so I just did it with the Colourpop liquid liners. So for highlighter, I'm going to use the High Volt Jaclyn Cosmetics, because why not? So we're just going to grab a little highlighting brush. This is the Royal and Langnickel. I can't even read the thing. Anyway, it's a complexion brush. So we're just going to dip a little in there, and we're going to highlight this beautiful cheek. So we're just going to take a little bullet brush like this. We're going to dip into the highlighter, and we're going to use it as our inner corner highlight. Because, you know, we can still be cute. We already talked about this. And we're going to use it as our brow bone highlight as well. So now we're going to really put in some effort into this little guy over here. Well, he's not little. He's huge. We're going to make him into the cut he was meant to be. Now you're going to grab some like old brushes. I use like paint brushes all the time, like little Dollarama paint brushes that I have all the time. And we're going to go into like a darker red, which is like in this palette as well. We're going to go into this like dark red at the top here. And we're just going to add some like details now. So we dipped in. We want to like just some of like this type of stuff. And you don't want to put it everywhere. You just kind of want to, you want to separate it. You want to add it to the face. You want to look like there was some problems today. Like you had some issues and we're irritated. Our skin it's irritated. We want to irritate it more. We want it to look like you were sliced in the face. This happened to you. This is serious and this happened to you. So we're gonna, you know, irritate the skin a little, guys. Now, I want to go in with a thinner brush. So this is another little D-Rams Dollarama special. And I want to go in with a little bit of black. You want to look like there's depth, and you want to leave a little bit of white in there too, because then it's going to look like your bone is showing or your cartilage or whatever else in the world is happening in this cut. So now you can kind of see like it's coming together on the face. So we're going to do lipstick, and then we're going to add some blood. And here's my tip to anybody who's having any trouble making any type of cut, any type of anything. Just add blood. That sounds so stupidly ridiculous, but if you screw it up, just add blood. That's my one piece of advice. Just keep adding blood. The more blood you add, the gorier it looks. No one's going to notice your details. Worst case. That's my one piece of advice if you're having a little bit of trouble. So I'm going to put on a lip liner. I'm going to use the Morphe Coffee and Kissy lip liner. I love this color. This is the Morphe Pop Gloss. So I have this little spongy that I got in my special effects kit like way back. So I always love this sponge. I'm just going to cut a little piece off of it. You can use anything for this. You can use like whatever. Honestly, you can use anything that has a weird texture like this. It works really well. So you're just going to take a little piece of whatever. You can use a sponge. You can use anything. You're going to go into like a nice darker kind of color. I'm going to be using this like dark color again, and I'm going to mix it with the dark red up here as well. So I'm just going to dip into both. And we're going to like just, you know, add a little extra effects in there, you know. Then if your wax, so if for whatever reason your wax didn't stick out perfectly or like it didn't blend properly, just add more details and it won't look as like, you know, ridiculous. So this, like if you have any imperfections, this will also correct that. But I also like the way this looks on the face in general. Like I find this looks like the effect you get from this is like so nice. Well, okay, we're not going to say no. If we're being honest, we're not going to say nice here. So now I'm going to go into blood. This is most of my special effects products are from Jordane Cosmetics. Again, I will repeat, you can use whatever you find, whatever you want. This is the Jordane Cosmetics Special Effects Drying Blood, the light blood. I'm just going to open the container, go in with one of my little Dollarama brushes. So we're just going to dip in, and we're going to just start by putting into the cut. If you have any mistakes, this is going to fix them. How disgusting that is. Just go for it. Bloody this guy up, guys. Now we're going to just bloody up the skin a little bit more. Okay, so our last step is going to be spraying this with setting spray. So I'm going to use the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. Okay, so this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed it or aren't scared of me. This is my glam mixed with a cut across your face, like a gore glam. If you're going somewhere, great, you can do this to your face. If you're not going anywhere and you just wanted to see a cute tutorial, keep the cutout, continue with this. You should buy these e.l.f. little products. I love them so much. These little glitter eyeshadows are so good. I bought them in a couple colors. Wait, hold on, pause. We need mascara. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see. All of October is going to be Halloween looks. I have a fun one coming up for you next week as well. Make sure you go look at my Instagram. You'll see more Halloween looks there. As always, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.